Welcome to On the Record with Gregory Sutton, and my special guest today is Miss
Ruthie Isaacs. Nice to meet y'all.
So, ma'am, first time meeting you. I feel like I met you already, which is kind of weird, but thumbs up. This lady, I've heard a lot about this lady. She's a legend. So, Hall of
Thank
Fame,
you.
Hall of Fame podcast right here. I don't got a trophy for you, but I'll figure out something down the line. Um, well, we already established that you're from Warsaw, so country girl.
Yep. What's on the Kakalaki?
Oh man. Okay. Ooh. Oh,
Hey, you gotta represent where you from now.
that's true. Raleigh, North Carolina over here.
All right.
Sadly got stuck in Duke County though, but hey, it happens. But so tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. My name is Ruthie Isaac. I'm a proud mom of two beautiful girls. Like I said, born and raised in Warsaw, North Carolina. I graduated from Dublin Early College High School back in 2011, and then I went to NC State University, got my degree in textile technology. I still don't use that degree, by the way,
Wow.
but I did get my degree from NC State, and I did a couple of internships in Mexico, and I'm back here in Warsaw working at Viloria Foods as a research and development commercialization manager. That's my 9 to 5 job, and after that, I am an HFX trader at night.
Wow. That's a whole mouthful. I don't think I can pronounce any of those words, maybe a few of them, but that's a mouthful. Congratulations on your first job. Good luck to you, cause you gotta be all in that cold all day.
Um, yeah, we do have to be on the cold all day, but I love cold. I'd rather be cold than hot.
Well, we know wintertime is your favorite time of the year. Then
Yes, it
okay,
is.
I'm gonna call you Miss Frozen for the rest of the podcast now. Um, wow. Hmm. What made you go to Valari?
Okay, so what made me go to Viloria, like I said, my daughter, she was just turning 1 when I came back home once I graduated. And I needed a job. Like, I'm just saying, I was like, hey, I need to do anything at this point. Even though with my degree, I wanted to do something with textiles, but my textile degree, my concentration was research and development. So I was presented the opportunity to work at Valari's as a QA manager. So I wasn't in the position that I am now. I was going to go in as a QA.
Were you?
I took the QA position, and then I just worked my way up from there. I love the environment. I love the people that I work with. They want to see you win, and I just grew from there. I worked my way from the bottom to the top.
Shoot, you went from 0 to 100 real quick, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah, I did.
Ah. So how long you been there again?
I've been there. This would be my 7th year.
Well, dang. So
Yep,
wow, that's a long time. Wow. Okay, 7 years. You've made a career like most people
seven
do it.
years.
You be like people at Walmart. Oh, I'm gonna stay here for a little bit. Stay there for like 20 years. So I'm gonna get you back in something like 7 years later. I'm still at Valari, still doing the same job, making the same money, but I love the job. And then you about broke
Hey,
down because it's cold and like, oh, I'm aching now. The cold weather done got me. But hey, you doing your thing though, so that's all that matters. And I hope you continue to go up the ladder. I'm not sure how far that ladder goes, but keep climbing. Um,
oh yeah.
so my main thing is this: your second job. I've been trying to figure out all week long what does it mean, and I've been trying to avoid to ask the question to the podcast. So explain your second job.
So, okay, what I do, I trade HFX, which means high frequency forex, also known as binary option. Some people call it binary option. So what we're trading is we're trading currencies. we're trading different currency pairs. So a lot of people get it confused with Bitcoin and Dogecoin, all those cryptocurrencies. Well, this is not the same stock market, right? This is more just only towards currency pairs with foreign countries, right? And usually when you hear about Bitcoin and Dogecoin, that's digital currency, which is DCS. What I trade is HFX, and it's based off, like I said, currency pairs.
Okay.
And how I explain it? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was saying, usually how I explain it to people in dummy terms is that when you go, let's say you go to Mexico on the trip, right? And you got to exchange your US dollars to, let's say, pesos, right? Well, let's say you trade 100 US dollars to pesos, that'd be like 250 pesos. I'm just throwing out a number.
Okay.
Well, by the end of your trip, and you having fun, you still got your 250 pesos, you ain't spend no money. You do the currency exchange. You go back to the airport and you do the currency exchange. Well, something happened in the market and it fluctuate to the US dollars. So your 250 pesos is now like 400 US dollars. So instead of going all these different places, you're able to access this now online. So that's what I'm doing. But instead of going all these different places, I'm doing it from my computer or my smartphone.
Oh wow! Wait, just in a few minutes, I've heard that. Okay, so I'm gonna take me a virtual trip, and when I do, I'm gonna come find you.
Let's do it.
Wow, that's a lot of money for you. Dang. Okay.
For what you initially started with, you started with $100 and flipped that 100 to 4. Like, I'm just saying, giving an example, but that's initially what we're doing.
Wow. So how often, I know this probably so you want to answer on the podcast, but how much do you make, say a week or a day?
So my weekly goal right now is $1,000.
Okay. So
that's my weekly goal for myself.
Got you. So how close have you come to that goal?
Okay, so every week since I started, that's basically what I'm hitting every week right now.
Okay, well, we for the three of us that's on the podcast right now, we have a future millionaire, so we're going to see her in the Forbes magazine, and probably cover time.
That's so right.
Whenever you get there, I'm like, I interviewed her. Like yeah.
That's right.
So hey, I'm rooting for you. Whenever I get on Facebook, when I get on Instagram, every time I go by like my stories, like I see that you little graph there, I'm like it drew. I'm like, you know what? Message her because I want to know what's going on. And like I kept seeing like numbers. I'm like, okay. Then it kept going up. I'm like okay, she might be on something here. So I definitely gotta know. So
yeah, a lot of people say that, especially on Instagram. Because before my Instagram, I was very private. I didn't really share anything, and then people thought I was a scam. Like when I started posting about it, people was like, "Oh, Ruthie, somebody hacked your account. And I'm like, "No, it's me." And they was like, "Oh, that's you." I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." But I'm introducing the opportunity because I'm seeing for myself that I'm making money, and I want others to have that same, option to be financially free.
Okay, it's funny that you mentioned that because like I've had people to get on my Instagram and message me, you can make this or flip that. I'm like, first of all, I don't know what I'm flipping, so all look to you, brother. But now, learning just this little bit here, I'm like, okay, the next time somebody messages me, we're gonna give it a try. But I don't trust them, so I rather trust you over them because I kind of get to know you now. So I would rather trust you over somebody I don't really know. So.
Right, and now there are scams out there where if somebody asking you to put $1,000 into something, they gonna flip it for you. That's a scam. So don't feed into that.
Pretty much, you just gave them $1,000 and they're somewhere about to go on a trip and spend it. So that's pretty much like I bet you now that whenever people whenever people get their stimulus check, oh, I'm gonna flip this. Yeah, right to your bank account because you gonna have that and you be looking like a fool. Like, oh, you ain't got that, but they all there sitting pretty. So, So
right.
So yeah. So like I said, if anything happen.
Right. So beware of the scams.
I'm coming to you. I trust you. Like I said, total trusting you. You legit.
Oh yeah.
You legit. But like it just bothers me. Like people take advantage of other people's money and stuff, man. People work hard for that money, or people need it, and you just get up there. Oh, I'm gonna flip this or that. There, you you're not really going to prosper in it. It's just going to come back and bite you in the butt.
Yeah, and true story right here. True story. So I got actually introduced to Forex before this, back in college. I had just had my daughter. I was a single parent with a daughter in college, my senior year. I saw somebody that went to my college. They was like, "Hey, I'm doing Forex. I'm making this money." And you see this luxury lifestyle they're living, right? And
Mhm.
at this time, I'm needing any dollar I can get. So I put my last dollar into this person, and come to realize they didn't even know how to trade. Like, they knew nothing about trading. They just, at this point, they was just trying to get people under them to get the residuals off the people. And when I tell you, like, I blew my account because I had no guidance. Like, I'm telling you, it's real. So be careful in who you got to research these people more in depth now, because, like you said, they fake accounts. It's not really them that's actually doing it, and just ask more questions, because at that point, that's what I should have did back in those days, because I lost a lot of money.
Well, I'm glad now you turned it around. You're more smart with what you do. You put your investments in something that's actually going to pay off in the long run. So that's even more of an accomplishment. But like with most of them fake accounts, though, you get there, you give them the money, and then you get back at the message and oh, this account can't be accessed. Like they don't delete their account that fast. Like you just lost like a ton of money. And like that's what mostly Instagram is. Like if Instagram didn't have that on there, they could block those kind of accounts. It'd be a good product.
Right.
But for me, that's what kind of keeps me off Instagram because like oh, you so and so is following you. Then they'll send you a message. Oh, you can flip this, or I'm a blah 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 blah. I'm like blah 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 block. You know.
Yeah, exactly. And I get those all the time. And as soon as I follow somebody that I know that's in the industry, they'll make a fake account of that person and be like, "Hey, is that I could flip this for you." So I like to ask those questions like, "Oh, what can you flip? Like, how much can you flip, and what are you gonna do with it?" And then they realize I know what I'm talking about, and then they just stop messaging me.
Wow. I had this one person. They
So yeah, they be on it.
they be almost like just like oh somebody got me with me. I'm like oh so you want to play that game? I'm like okay. Where you from? Um, what's your age? What's all? I'm like troll. I would troll a troll in a heartbeat. It's just fun. I'm like, okay, I get a kick out of that. They're like my cousin. Oh, this is one like, oh, did you hear about the EPA something another finance?
Hmm.
Something I'm like, I don't know about
Yep.
this stuff, but I'm like, hey cousin, how you doing? Blah 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 blah. You're like, fine. I'm like, how the family doing? Fine. I'm like one word answers. Like you couldn't give me that more than that there. So I'm like
Right.
screenshot, send it to the person that I know it is. I'm like, yo, somebody got a fake account, blah 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 blah.
Hmm.
Like they need to take care of that. That's something that somebody can really seriously get hurt off of. If they find a person
Right.
that they took the account from, what if something happened where they go try to injure that person or kill them? That's gonna be on
Right.
Instagram, and then the person that actually did that is not gonna get nothing done to them. So they shouldn't allow that.
Nothing. Right.
But I know who you are. So if somebody messaged me, oh, this is so and so, I'm like, okay, bet. Were you on my podcast? Yeah. I'm like, sure, yeah. What color you have on? Yeah.
Right.
So bet. Got proof now.
Yep.
Hey, but dang, I'm looking right at the questions. How long have you been doing this?
So as of Wednesday, this is my third month, my third official month.
Third month, and you making a killing already.
Yeah, third month and killing it.
My
Yeah.
sound effects. It's the best I can do. But yes. Um. God, do you? All right. Do both your jobs kind of play into this? Like, do you use what you get from your first job to put into your second job, or completely different?
So okay, when I started out, I funded my account. I try to keep them separate. So what one bills pay something, the other one has nothing to do with it, right?
Gotcha.
So once I funded my account $100, I started with $100, right? I have not refunded my account yet.
Wow.
So that's why I kind of tell people, like, being strategic in how you trade. You shouldn't have to put any more into it unless you blow your account. And let me knock on wood, because I'm not trying to blow my account.
Well, I'm
But I
not
have
calling
not.
you.
Yeah, please do. Because I have not put nothing else in since I first started those 3 months
So pretty much
ago.
all pretty much what you're doing is just whatever you make from what you do, it just builds up on top of that.
Right. So I have a trading plan, and I kind of go over this with all my mentees and my mentors. We go over a compound plan. So we follow a certain percentage that we want to make each day. And once we make that, we hopping off, right? We don't want to over leverage at that point. And if you keep compounding your money, like before you know it, your account has grown. Like just in 3 months, your account has grown. I'm not gonna say how much I got in my account, but this is growing.
Then somebody come find you, then I'm like, I'll be feeling bad. I'm like, they done got Ruth. I'm like, no,
Yeah, yeah.
no.
But yeah, if you follow your compound plan, trust me, okay, so I say 401k, 401k now, you don't, there's a retiring age, I think it's is it 68 or 71, somewhere around there?
60, I think it's 68. Either
68.
either 68 or 65. 'Cause I think they kind of bounced it back some. So it's between those two.
Right. So by the time you see 68, 71, by the time time for my retirement age, um, you you got all your money saved up. But that same amount of money you can make within 3 to 5 years with trading HFS.
All right. Yeah. So all right.
To put it in perspective.
Okay. That made a lot of easy sense to me. Say just say I'm coming to you. All right. Let's break it down. Let's say I'm coming to you asking you like hey, I want to get into this. What would you tell me to start off with?
So okay, so yeah, so that's why I try to get one on one with everybody. What you want to start out with. So I plug that into my compound calculator. So when I plug it into my compound calculator, that's your trading plan. Till you tell me how many days you got a certain goal, I'm gonna put a time frame on that goal, right?
Hmm.
And then with your trading plan, you'll know exactly how much money you need to make a day in order to get to your end results.
Okay.
If that answers your question.
That certainly did. Certainly did. So now you got me interested in doing this even more than before. So I'm gonna be after this. I'm gonna be getting up with you about that. So most definitely.
Oh yeah.
So I know you gave me some questions to ask you. Um, what is your strategy used to trade in the market? I think I asked you that one. Um, at what time should I place my trades? What's the
At
highest
what
amount?
time should you purchase?
Yes. What?
Okay, so with HFS, right, you got 4 trading sessions, right? You got the London session, you got the US or New York session, you got the Sydney, Australia session, and then you got the Tokyo sessions. So within those times is when those currency pairs are the most um active, if you want to say. So depending on what time or what pair you're looking at, you'll know when to go in, if that makes sense. Because each session comes on at a different time. Like London is 3 a.m. to 11 a.m., I think it is. And you do have some overlaps within the sessions. So those currency pairs are the most, um, I'm not going to say most profitable because at that time you don't know. Whatever is on your broker is the most profitable at that time.
Okay. So pretty much you just go off to different time zones just around the world.
Yep, yep. And then see with currency pairs too, it's kind of different from regular stocks. With currency pairs, I kind of look at my broker at that time and see what's paying out the most, which currency pair is paying out the most. My favorite strategy, or not my favorite strategy, my favorite currency pair is Euro USD. So the best time to go into that is at the New York session time, Euro USD, or the London session time. Most of the times you have overlap in those two, and that's the best time to use that currency pair.
Okay. I'm learning a lot right this right here. I'm learning a lot about this stuff now. Yes, ma'am. Hmm. So how to handle the stress of a losing trade? Have you ever
Ooh,
lost?
I didn't handle. Ooh, have I ever lost? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I lost. Yes, I've lost. But I try to make it back. I try to make it back by the end of the day. Maybe at that time frame, you get off the market. I always say don't risk. if you lose 5% of what's in your account that day, it's time for you to hop off. The day has ended for you. You don't want to risk it anymore at this time. Maybe at this time in the market it's very volatile. So you don't if you're already on a losing trend, don't keep increasing that losing trend, right? Just hop off for the day, jump back on at a later time or the next day.
I got a quick.
And how I cope with that?
Mm, go
Go ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say how I cope with a losing trade is I on Fridays and Saturdays is my day to analyze the markets, right? So every time I take a loss, which in my book is not a loss, it's a lesson, right? It's a lesson. So a lesson, an opportunity to learn from your lesson, right?
Mm,
So on Fridays I look at in my book where I wrote down where I lost at. I go back and analyze that market at that time. So sometimes you go in and maybe you went in too quick. If you would have waited a little bit longer, been a little bit patient, maybe you would have cleared that trade. I
mm.
just go back, analyze the lesson or the loss, and learn from that so it don't happen again.
Okay. So it's like pretty much a lesson learned. Like you go back, you like, okay, this is what I could have did differently, so I won't go back and do it again down the road whenever that time comes. Pretty much.
Right, exactly. And you don't want the same thing to happen twice. So
Right.
you learn from it.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna ask you a question that's not on the list. How has the pandemic affected your trading?
So I kind of got in this because of the pandemic. I didn't know what was going to happen with my job. I didn't know, job security. I just saw everybody, all my mentors that I was following, they were still making money during the pandemic. So I was just like, that was one of the reasons for me actually joining again, because I saw people still making money during the pandemic and everybody around me was losing their jobs, right?
Hmm.
So I was like, I need to have a fallback. I need to have a plan B just in case this don't work out. But thank God, it went the positive direction, and then also with trading, it went the positive direction because I learned a lot, and then I got more mentees at the same time for the same reasons.
Wow, that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, my time is running down, so I'm gonna continue out till the time runs out. But dang. So, do you want me to continue asking me questions, or you want me to ask you like just any
Yeah,
questions?
whatever. This is whatever you want. Whatever you want. This is just a list you put together, so I'm loving it.
Okay. Okay. Um. Okay. Shoot. We're just gonna go off the subject now. Same subject, but off the without the paper. Whenever the world do go back to normal, do you think everything is gonna get higher with what you do now, or you think it's gonna still be about the same?
So for HFS, I feel like no matter what, it's gonna be the same or better. The reason why I say that is because unlike stocks, it's not based off a share, right? A share in a company. Stocks are based off a share in a company. HFS is based off what's happening in the economy. So every day when I wake up, I go on Bloomberg, the Bloomberg app, and I look at forexfactory.com. And those two things, they tell me what's happening in all the countries in the market. They're telling me if the crime rate went up. They're telling me if politics, something happened in politics, maybe we got a new president in a new country, maybe they're having a speech. All those factors impact in this market. So you have to be knowledgeable about what's going on in the world because that's what plays a major impact into this market.
So pretty much it's like a global stock okay, a global stock exchange.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, that's very interesting. They had some like I'm gonna be biblical point. They actually something in the Bible about global like having a world government like a one world currency. It kind of sounds like that in a way. Then again, it kind of doesn't. So I'm just throwing that out there. But I'm like, can we say when I thought about it and you said that I'm like there's something I heard something like in the Bible like New World Order, all this type of stuff here. So once again, not a conspiracy theorist, just yeah. So like I said, it has everything. So it is what it is. Um, whenever your kids get older, are you gonna get them into it, or are you gonna divide up what you have to them?
Okay, so right now my 7-year-old trades. So that's why I'm telling people like especially when I get on with a new person on a new call, they're like, "Oh, this seems kind of hard." I'm like, "Hey, my 7-year-old trades right now. If I'm in the shower and I already analyzed the trade. I'm telling her what to go in. So if my 7-year-old daughter's doing now, you have no reason not to be doing this, right?
Yep, definitely.
So
Definitely get with you when I get off of here. If I
yeah, so definitely like I'm passing that knowledge down to my daughters because like I said, I want them to be financially free.
yeah, because the way things are now in the world, you never know what can happen. Things could go from 0 to 100 or
Oh yeah.
the other way around. So I'm glad you're doing it now because what if you was back in '08 whenever they did the whole Great Recession thing,
Right.
that would have been even harder on you, or heck, way back in whatever they had the whole Great Depression, but we wasn't there, so we won't know. But it helps to teach the younger ones because once we get on, it's gonna be their world. They're gonna have to fend for themselves. So you're doing the right thing. But I'm surprised a 7-year-old. That's
That's how
genius.
simple it is. It's simple.
Well, I don't know your 7-year-old, but tell her to keep trading. Wow,
I'll tell her.
keep trading. That's what's up. I shoot. Hold up. Tip my hat to her. She earned that one. But all right. I'm gonna turn it over. The last 2 minutes and the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So the floor is yours. So have it.
Okay, the floor is mine. Okay, so like I said, everybody, I trade HFX, which is high frequency forex. If you're looking or interested in this opportunity, please hit me up on IG. My tag name is Main1 MAINONE_RI. And hit me up, DM me any questions you may have. I'm always available. I'm always on my phone, so I will be willing to answer those questions. This is a simple tool that anybody you ain't even got to be good with math. You don't have to be good with reading. Like anybody can understand this and apply the knowledge that is given to us, the tools with I Am Academy. That's the platform I'm on. Like I said, we have access to multi-millionaire traders. We also have basic classes on what is trading, so you could be able to learn that. And we basically give one-on-one to all our students. So everybody wants to see you win. Like everybody wants to see you succeed. I've never been part of a family that definitely wants to see you succeed. Definitely want to see you hit 6 and 7 figures. And that's what I want to be. That's what I want to be for my people back home, my people in Warsaw, North Carolina, Duplin County, anywhere in the surrounding counties. Like I'm trying to help our people grow and be financially free. And that's all.
So I'm gonna get with you after this right here, to get the link. So I'm gonna do a little thing. I'm gonna insert it. But this is the last minute. So any other questions? You feel free to ask me anything. But I do have one question. Did you paint those behind you?
Yes, I did. So on my free time I paint, and I also listen. On my free time I paint and I write poetry.
Yeah, you definitely come back because I'm gonna show you this year. I thought about doing like a whole poetry contest thing. Help people
Oh
get on
wow.
and do poetry or do like a talent show. So you got the first invite.
Oh yes, we definitely need a talent show here. We definitely
So
do.
that's definitely happening. But I've enjoyed you as my guest. I've learned a lot, so I'm definitely going to apply what you taught me. And I'm still shocked that a 7-year-old could trade stock and I'm not doing nothing. And you said that for people that can't read or write, Floyd Mayweather can do this because he can't do neither one. So no shade to him. Just saying he should have put that in the news. I'm just throwing it out there. And we're back. Sorry for the interruption. Zoom ended the call, so I did not cut her off in case anybody's wondering. But she's going to finish what she was talking about. She back to Miss Ruthie.
Okay, so yeah, just we already did a closing, but I just want to say thanks again for allowing me up here, Gregory. It's a wonderful opportunity for me and for us to just show what it is that I'm actually doing and to help the community, to also help anybody who's looking and just thinking about joining. You want to go with somebody that is who is more, what's the word I'm looking for? That knows what they're basically doing. You don't want to pick a random person. You definitely want to pick somebody that you can see their experience. They can show proof of what they're doing, and that's all I gotta say.
And if you want proof, add her on Instagram. Her stories are always proof. So if you ain't seen that there or you want proof, watch this podcast. And whenever I do get off, I'm gonna get up with you and get the link for you. Them. So whenever I do post a video on Facebook, I'll put it also in the top of the heading, so you'll see that in the group. And I'll also put it on my page in case somebody's interested. But I always I know I have just met you, but I love you. Take care. God bless you. I enjoyed you as my guest. Obviously, Zoom didn't cut us off, so thanks Zoom. But
Well,
it's
you gotta end for everybody listening on right now or gonna watch this. You gotta end wishing everybody prosperity. You gotta manifest it in the air. Prosperity, peace, and love. Peace and love.
see, she said everything I had to say. But once again, I will definitely be having you back on because I want to do a follow up with you because I know you're going places. And when I see you on the front of that magazine cover, I'm gonna send you this podcast. Like I told you so. Like I told you so.
Gregory was the first one.
But you know, like I've told everybody else. Like I said, I just met you, but I feel like I know you forever. Which like now I'm like, okay, I have a Puerto Rican sister.
You got a Puerto Rican sister.
Yeah.
That's right.
So hey, you're a cool chick. I'll give you that. My chick is not chick. You're a cool woman. You're a cool chick.
Thank you.
Woman, I can't say chick. I want to say chick so bad, but that sounds like something a young person would say. But you're mad cool. You're funny. You look like that lady be on the View. I can't think her name is Rosie Perez. You look just like her.
Rosie, yeah, she's Puerto Rican too. So yeah.
You look just like her. I'm like, because at first I'm be real with you. Like, I'm getting followed by a celebrity. Yeah. And it's funny.
Let's go, Rosie.
Like her name begin with R, your name begin with R. You're both Puerto Rican. Once again, not racist. Not racist. People get your mind out. This is not cancel culture. Just people having conversation. If you live in the country, you would know.
Yep. No.
But yes,
right.
You got this. You know, I'm like for real, but I'm gonna have you on again. Not just doing this, but hopefully the whole thing with the talent show. So
oh yeah.
I'm gonna say it now. If you got an Android, iPhone, record a video, send it to me. I will put it all in one thing, and we do like a little American Idol type of thing. So whoever win, I'll do like a free photo shoot or something for them. So you know, it is what it is.
But, yeah, we definitely gotta do a talent show. There's so much talent in Duplin County.
Yes, but like the thing is, like most people don't know about it. Like most of it is like underground. Like if you look in the group, you know, or on my Facebook, I got like a lot of cousins like musicians. You got not just that, like you got small businesses doing. This is what I'm trying to do, like get everybody together and you know promote them, even if it means like I'm just a vessel. You know, I just want to get you guys even more exposed than what you might be exposed now. So, you know, as long as I can play my part and play a part in this to help people, that's a satisfaction enough for me.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. I know that everybody else appreciate it too because it's like you're bringing Black Wall Street back, you know, and especially during the pandemic, everybody, I never saw so many black, Hispanic, so many new businesses like thriving right now. And to just show that, give them their time to shine, to help their business grow, that's awesome. And thank you for that. Just thank you for all you do.
I greatly appreciate that. You know, that's what drew me to do this. Like, I seen everybody doing stuff. I'm like, okay, what can I do to do my part while everybody's doing this? You know, like I wasn't planning to do a podcast. Like it's just something that happened. Like I used to be shy in front of the camera, but now you know, hey, I will get in front of a camera in a heartbeat. As long as they're on the news, I didn't do nothing wrong. It wasn't me or Maury, but no, it wasn't me. But you know, I just like helping people, man. If I can, I'm used to saying man, so forgive me for that.
That's okay.
But I love helping people, and if I can give people the voice and the time that they need and deserve, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Yep. Thank you.
So I will see you soon, Miss Artiste, Miss Wall Street, Miss Poet. I'm pretty sure somewhere down the line it's gonna all connect together. You can have a big empire. So whenever you see my phone call, I'm like, told you so.
Right, you put it in the atmosphere, so it's gotta happen.
So I'm throwing it out there. If I know you claimed it, so I'm backing you up on that claim. So there you go. You got this. You got this.
Thank you.
And hopefully, like I said, magazine covers. You be at them big parties out there with your little pinky up, sipping on your champagne. I'm like, hey. So keep on doing what you're doing, and you seem like you love it. That's all that matters. Do what you love, and feel what you love to do. So I'm signing off. This is Gregory Sutton Jr. This is the first time I actually gave my whole name, so if you ain't got Facebook, you know now. Miss Ruthie over here,
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
the MVP of the podcast. Once again, thank you again for doing this. And like I said, my Puerto Rican sister. So
No problem.
So I'm gonna log off now. So this is Greg, that's Ruthie, signing out.